Okay, we're back for round number 25 quiz. After the last question in this round, it's going to be 1,000 questions, so that's good getting there to 1,000. So give them a big shout out before we start. It's a big shout out to Josie and Bill, Davey and Jean, Caroline, Stevie and Rita, Billy and Margaret, Andre, John and Dawn, who's recently joined and watching, and I hope you're enjoying it, and Alan over in East Belfast. So we're going to go start off with, let's see which round we'll start with first. Connection, we're going to start with a connection round. And here we go. Okay, same format. What was a 1976 movie where a group of pupils and a teacher go missing in Victoria, Australia? Okay, so what was a 1976 movie where a group of pupils and a teacher go missing in Victoria, Australia? Write the answers down, and there'll be a wee connection there, and question 8, I want to ask you what the connection is. Okay. Okay, number 2. This is a 1962 movie starring Marlon Brando and Trevor Hard, where they set sail for Tahiti. So I'm looking at the name of the film. A 1962 movie starring Marlon Brando and Trevor Hard, where they set sail for Tahiti. Number 3. Which group had a hit in the 60s with Save the Last Dance for Me? Okay, so which group had a hit in the 60s with Save the Last Dance for Me? Number 4. Wheezy, the character Wheezy, appeared in Toy Story 2, but what kind of creature was he? Okay, so Wheezy appeared in Toy Story 2, but what kind of creature was Wheezy? Number 5. What was Douglas Adams' most famous book? What was Douglas Adams' most famous book? And number 6. What film did the character Travis Bickle appear in? Which film from 1976 did the character Travis Bickle appear in? And what do Americans call 10 cents? What do the Americans call 10 cents? Okay, and question 8 is, what do all the answers have in common? So write them down. If you want to pause it or go back and go over some of them, I'm going to give you the answers right in a few seconds. So here we go. Here's the answers. Right, round 1 answers. What was a 1976 movie where a group of pupils and a teacher go missing in Victoria, Australia? It was Picnic at Hanging Rock. And which 1962 movie starring Marlon Brando and Trevor Hard where they set sail for Tahiti? Mutiny on the Bounty. And which group had a hit in the 60s with Save the Last Dance for Me? The Drifters. And Wheezy appeared in Toy Story 2, but what kind of creature was he? He was a penguin. And what was Douglas Adams' most famous book? It was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And what film did the character Travis Bickle appear in 1976? It was Taxi Driver. And number 7, what the Americans call 10 cents? It was a dime. And number 8, what do all the answers have in common? They're all chocolate bars. So you had a picnic, you had a bounty, you had a drifters, you had penguin, galaxy, taxi, a dime. So it was Taxi Drivers. So write down your score. We're going to go on to round 2. Number 1. What is a fake treatment called which is taken and can provide medical relief from a condition despite having no physical impact? Okay, so what is a fake treatment called which is taken and can provide mental relief from a condition despite having no physical impact? Number 2. What is the name of the travelling fair traditionally held in the city of Nottingham every October? Okay, So what's the name of the travelling fair traditionally held in the city of Nottingham every October? Number 3. What was the name of Walter White's wife in Breaking Bad? What was the name of Walter White's wife in Breaking Bad? Good show. Number 4. What nationality was the surrealist painter Salvador Dali? Okay, so what nationality was the surrealist painter Salvador Dali? Number 5. Which long-running TV series was derived from the 1950 film Le Blue Lamp? So which long-running TV series was derived from the 1950 film Le Blue Lamp? And number 6. What's the world's largest living lizard? Okay, so what is the world's largest living lizard? And number 7. What's the capital of North Dakota? What's the capital of North Dakota? And Stevie will get this one. And Billy. And the BBC children's animation series, what was the name of Captain Pugwash's ship? Okay, so in the BBC children's animation series, what was the name of the Captain Pugwash ship? Okay, so pause off if you want to go over them again or rewind. I'm going to give you the answers out here. So I think you'll do well in this round. Maybe think something 5. The average will be about 5 in this round. What's a fake treatment called which is given and can provide medical relief from a condition despite having no physical impact? It's a placebo. What is the name of the travelling fair traditionally held in the city of Nottingham every October? It's the Goose Fair. And what was the name of Walter White's wife in Breaking Bad? Skylar. And what nationality was the surrealist painter Salvador Dali? Spanish. Number 5. Which long-running TV series was derived from a 1950s film, The Blue Lamp? It was Dixon at Dock Green. Despite getting shot dead in the Blue Lamp, he came back to life and had his own series for years on Dixon at Dock Green. What is the world's largest living lizard? A Komodo dragon. And what's the capital of North Dakota? Bismarck. And in the BBC series, or children's animated series, what was the name of Captain Pugwash's ship? It was the Black Pig. So let's see that no more TV for a while. Right, add up them scores. We're going to go on to round 3. Okay. Round 3. In which city in the UK was McVitie's Biscuits founded in 1839? So which city in the UK was McVitie's Biscuits founded in 1839? Number 2. Which was the only part of the British Isles to be invaded in World War II? Okay, so what was the only part of the British Isles to be invaded in World War II? Number 3. Which footballer holds the record for most goals scored in the Premiership? Okay, so which footballer holds the record for most goals scored in the Premiership? Here's a tough one. Which city in the USA was the first to build a nuclear reactor? Okay, so what was the first city in the USA to build a nuclear reactor? And number 5. In which 60s comedy series did the main character live at 23 Railway Cuttings, East Cheam, Cheam? So in which 1960s comedy series did the main character live at 23 Railway Cuttings, East Cheam? Number 6. In which country would you find Transylvania? And number 7, what's the hardest substance in the body? What's the hardest substance in the body? And the last one in round 3. Which musical instrument has parts called a chanter and drone chords? Which musical instrument has parts called a chanter and drone chords? Okay, if you want to go over some of them, rewind that back and play it again. I'm going to give you the answers here. Okay, for round 3 answers. Which city in the UK was McVitie's Biscuits founded in 1839? Edinburgh. Which was the only part of the British Isles to be invaded in World War II? The Channel Islands. And which footballer holds the record for most goals scored in the Premiership? It's Alan Shearer. And which city in the USA was the first to build a nuclear reactor? Chicago. And which 1960s comedy series did the main character live at 23 railway cuttings East Cheam? Hancock's Off Hour. Number 6, in which country would you find Transylvania? Romania. And what is the hardest substance in the body? Tooth animal. And which musical instrument has parts called a chanter and drone pipes? It's bagpipes, and drone chords, bagpipes. Okay, I'll get them scores up. It's going to be we're looking between 26 and 29 this week. That'll be a good score for you as well. Okay, round 4. What famous novel did English author Dodie Smith publish in 1956? Okay, so which famous novel did English author Dodie Smith publish in 1956? Here's a tough one. What was the name of the USA program that provided economic aid to Europe post-World War II? Okay, so what was the name of the US program that provided economic aid to Europe post-World War II? And number 3, what is Wallace Carothers credited with inventing? What is Wallace Carothers credited with inventing? Number 4, Doha is the capital of which country? Doha is the capital of which country? Okay, Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Okay, Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart appeared in which TV drama series for more than 20 years until 1989? Okay, so Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart appeared in which TV drama series for more than 20 years until 1889? One of my favourite shows. Not now, back then. Like. Okay, number 6. What book was Mark Chapman carrying when he shot John Lennon? What book was Mark Chapman carrying when he shot John Lennon? Okay, Split is which European country's largest coastal city? Split is which European country's largest coastal city? And number 8 is which country did guacamole originate in? Which country did guacamole originate in? Okay, so if you want to go for some of them again, you can rewind that and play it again. But here's the answer, so turn it off. Okay, here's the answers. Which famous novel did English author Dodie Smith publish in 1956? It was 101 Dalmatians. And what was the name of the US program that provided economic aid to Europe post-World War II? That was the Marshall Plan. And what is Wallace Carothers credited with inventing? It's nylon. And number 4, Doha is the capital of Qatar. 5, Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart appeared in which TV drama series for more than 20 years until 1989? It was Doctor Who. He was Brigadier. The Brigadier. What book was Mark Chapman carrying when he shot John Lennon? It was The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. And Split is in which country's largest coastal city? It's Croatia. And which country did guacamole originate in? It was Mexico. Mexico. So what up them scores? See how they're doing. And we're going to move on to round 5. Final round. We're coming up to the 1000th question. Which Australian brewery launched the 4X brand of beer? Which Australian brewery launched the 4X brand of beer? And who turned out to be Fred Elliott's son in Coronation Street? Okay, if you can remember back, you can probably go back to the 90s or something. Who turned out to be Fred Elliott's son in Coronation Street? Number 3, in the TV series Sharp, no Sean Bean acting in it. In the TV series Sharp, what conflict was it set in? Okay, so what wars was going alongside when Sharp was on TV? What was the war? Number 4, in the Cliff Richard film Summer Holiday, what was their final destination they were going to? Where were they actually going to? Their final destination, where were they going? And number 5, what did Oliver Cromwell make illegal in 1647? What did Oliver Cromwell make illegal in 1647? And after China and India and the USA, which country has the next highest population? Okay, so China has the highest population, India has the second highest population, followed by the USA. So which country has the 4th highest population? And how many of Henry VIII's wives outlived him? Okay, so how many of Henry VIII's wives outlived him? And here we are, question number 1000. This is a 1000th question. Never think we'll ever get the 1000. What nationality was the composer James Last? No, James Last, Orchestra used to be on TV. James Last. What nationality was the composer James Last? Okay, so that's a 1000th question. Never thought I'd go with the 1000 questions. But there we go. Okay, new form. Pause it if you want to rewind it and go over some of them. I'm going to give you the answers. Number 1, which Australian brewery launched the 4X brand of beer? It wasn't Foster's, it was Castlemaine. Who turned out to be Fred Elliott's son in Coronation Street? Ashley Peacock. And in the TV series Sharp, what conflict was it set in? It was set in the Napoleonic Wars. And in the Cliff Richard film Summer Holiday, what was their final destination that they were going to? They were going to Athens. And what did Oliver Cromwell make illegal in 1647? Christmas. He banned Christmas in 1647. And after China, India and the USA, which country has the next highest population? Indonesia. And how many of Henry VIII's wives outlived him? 2. There was 2 of them. And they were his 4th wife, Anne of Cleves, and his last wife, Catherine Parr. So 2 of them outlived him. And the last question, number 1000, is a big one tonight, 1000. What nationality was the composer James Last? He was German. So it was a tough one. He was German. I always thought about English. So Germany was, and hope you enjoyed that. And Dawn and John, that's the first one you've got to mention in. So hope you like that there, and I'm back for the next one. I think you're starting to watch them from the start and go back and catch up on it. So see you all again soon. Enjoy your rest of the week while the sun's still out. Cheerio.